Hi there, YouTube. It's Erica F. Shore again. As you can see, today's a bit of a lazy day. I'm just wearing regular clothes, no makeup, no contacts. Hair's a little out of the loop, but it's snowing here. So, oh, by the way, everyone, say hello to Oreo. That's my dog. He's a little lazy right now, but he's sleeping. Occasionally he'll make it into some of these videos because who doesn't love a good dog? He's just gonna chill right there for right now. Today's video, because it was a bit of a lazy day, and because it's snowing, I didn't really want to go out and do anything, hence the not looking like a hot girl, just looking like a lazy girl. I am, well, not that lazy girls aren't hot. I'm doing a review on a book that I just finished called As Old as Time, A Twisted Tale by Liz Braswell. It's about what if Belle's mother had cursed the beast. This is all about Beauty and the Beast, Disney's Beauty and the Beast, told through a different perspective. You find out that Belle is actually the daughter of the enchantress, that cursed beast, which is really kind of cool. What I liked about this was that it went more into depth of the characters of Belle, of Beast. You find out more about why he has this temper, and why he is so cruel and heartless. You find out that it gives that idea of nature versus nurture. Are we born evil, or do we become evil through our environments and things like that? You get a little bit more detail about Gaston. You get a hell of a lot more detail about Maurice himself and about how he met Rosaline, Belle's mother. And what was really cool about it was the twists and the turns. I mean, Belle's always been a relatable character for me personally. I grew up with this movie, and to see her not be just the hero of the story, but also someone who's vulnerable, made her more it really made her a lot more human. You got to go into her mind more and see the tortures and the turmoils and the happiness and the things that she's feeling, especially when she finally gets the adventure she always wanted. She's like, am I happy I have this? Do I want to have this? How do I go back to a normal life after this? And that was really cool in the Belle perspective. It was really nice to see why the Beast is who he is. Why is he a jerk? Why does he have this temper? Is it because he's a beast? Is it because that's just who he is naturally? Gaston is a little more naive than he probably should have been in this story. But it was interesting because you also get to see members of of Disney's cast of Beauty and the Beast. They all have other stories. LeFou has family that we never knew about. The baker has more than just his wife. You find out about Maurice's friends and his life before coming to the village, before he became the crazy inventor, and how Belle became the odd girl. And what I loved about this was you find out more about her relationship with the bookstore owner, and how that developed. It made me really interested because there's a scene where Belle's mother wants to properly christen her daughter with magical gifts from all the other magical creatures in the kingdom. And it's cool because there were certain things I didn't know about creatures, including, there's quite a bit of French in this book, by the way, but it's easy enough to understand it and look it up. Like, ah bien, bonjour, les charmants is something they use a lot to describe just the magical creatures in general. But it was cool because it brought it to a bit of a modern day idea, because it showed outside of the fairy tale world what people really think of in magical creatures, how we see them, how we view them, why they intrigue us and terrify us at the same time. And it had a lot more human nature than I expected. I'll be honest, when I picked up this, I didn't know really what to expect. Seriously though, read it. Anyway, I didn't know what to expect. I just picked it up because I'm a huge Beauty and the Beast nerd. You can see my little beast in the background along with part of my Beauty and the Beast comforter. But I highly suggest reading it. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys because it really is intriguing. But like I said, you get to learn all about you get to learn about Belle. You get to learn about Mrs. Potts and who she married and how she became Mrs. Potts, and not the little teacup, but the actual woman. You find out that Lumiere is not so much of an ass or a perverted ass as he appeared in the animated. Madame Labouche, also known as our lovely wardrobe, she has more of a role to play in Belle's world because she doesn't know what else to do except to try and make Belle feel at home. And you get to see that more as opposed to it's kind of just being a background item. Mrs. Potts, you get to see more of her. You get to see a lot more of who Cogsworth is. He's not just the butler and the head of the household. He is quite a complicated character, though you see more of Lumiere and Mrs. Potts and how they interact with Belle, but you get to see more of Cogsworth and Lumiere's fighting, which is kind of fun. And what was nice about this was they actually did take some lines directly out of this, out of the movie. I mean, there's, oh god, I wish I had marked these. But there are times when she first meets the, I don't even know. I'm trying to find something cool here where that case like really direct. Oh yeah, here we go. Right here, it even says on page 98, it says, I thought I told you to come down for dinner. I'm not hungry, she screamed back, rage viling out of her more forcefully than she imagined possible. Thinking of the triplets and their behavior didn't improve her mood. You'll come out or I'll break down the door. Huff and puff and all you like, you monstrous wolf, she spat. Go right ahead, it's your castle after all. Do what you want with me, I'm your prisoner. Sorry, I'm just your prisoner. There was a pause. She thought she heard voices in the corridor besides the beast's own entreating him. Will you come down to dinner? The beast finally muttered. No. It would give me great pleasure if you would join me for dinner. Please. No, thank you, Belle replied as formally and as icily and twice as icily. You can't just stay in there forever, the beast roared. Just watch me, Belle spat back. Fine, then go ahead and starve! Direct lines and interpretations from the animated film, which was so cool because I was kind of like getting flashbacks and I could see it in my head how this could be interpreted in film. I mean, what was so cool, like I said, what was so cool is that this book takes what we know from the live action Beauty and the Beast with giving more backstory for the characters and the animated film that we all classically love, sort of combining it with the modern twist of how we in real life see magic. And I really want to see Disney make this into something because it was so neat. Anyway, that's my basic review of this. I hope you guys all read it. If you want to know anything else, if you want to see me read other books, if you want to see me watch other movies, take reviews, if you have suggestions of books you've read and would like me to take a look at, please tell me. I am more than happy to do so. All right, YouTube. Have a good night and enjoy the snow.